First up, let's bring you pictures and information on what we are calling the Himalayan rush, where tourists are now thronging the hill stations and tourist spots in the hill stations around Mussoorie and Manali, and also other hill spots in the state of Uttarakhand. In fact, a mad rush for the hills continue. More and more tourists are thronging these hill stations, and the movement is thicker around the weekends. Earlier in Uttarakhand's Mussoorie, long queue of cars were seen waiting to enter the hills. In Shimla, similarly, visitors have been thronging tourist markets and shopping areas. Some of them were seen roaming around without masks. With increased and massive tourist influx and increased violations, the police too have stepped up surveillance and have begun fining people for roaming without wearing protective masks. Heavy crowds witnessed near Mumbai's Lonavala, as well as tourists are thronging these hill stations as well. Let's first go across to Mohit Bhatt joining us with more information on these tourist spots and the challenges now with the tourists rushing in. Yes, Mohit.
Well, you see, with the easing restrictions from the lockdown, various tourists have thronged into the hilly areas, specifically in Himachal Pradesh and in Uttarakhand. And the pictures are quite shocking. There we see the congregation of hundreds and thousands of tourists, and most of them are without mask, and no social distancing is being maintained. Now, if we specifically talk about Mussoorie, yesterday we saw that around 4 to 5 kilometers of jam was reported from Dehradun Mussoorie Road, where the tourists also say that they have been stuck in the jam for past 4 to 5 hours, but they are not able to move forward. What we are getting to know also is that around 2,000 vehicles have been sent back by the district administration and the police of Dehradun, who did not have the proper documents to enter into the vicinity of Mussoorie. Now, the district, you need to have your RT-PCR report not more than 72 hours ago, and also the proof of booking of the hotel that you're staying in Mussoorie. So these pictures are quite shocking. We know that we are still fighting with the second wave of coronavirus. We know that more than 40,000 cases on daily basis are coming up. More than 850 deaths are being reported. And we know that Delta variant might hit the country in few months from now. And hence, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself, in a meeting of Council of Ministers, raised this issue. So people need to understand that, yes, we know that it's been locked down, they need to go out, but they need to maintain social distance. As of now, they really need to be very, very cautious, because still...
Yes, and... yes.
Yes, exactly.
And as of now, Mohit, there's no cap announced on the number of tourists that can enter these hill stations, something which the government is not doing, perhaps seeing the economic benefit of this trend, but then there is a price to pay if the numbers increase in this manner. In certain areas, maintaining social distancing itself becomes a challenge because of the narrow bylanes of some of these hill stations. But unfortunately, that is the reality that we are getting from places like Shimla, Manali, Mussoorie, and even Lonavala now near Mumbai has become the new attraction. Thanks for joining us, Mohit.